Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Okay. Oh, I'm tired this morning. I did so much work yesterday. Oh, I've got a bit of light. Oh, it's okay now. Yeah, so tired today. I did so much work yesterday. I did like 10 hours spent on those soulmate readings for each star sign. I hope you're all enjoying them. I love making them. It was great, but it was a very long day. It's amazing how much time it takes. Hello. Who have we got? Mariam, how are you? Where are you watching from, Mariam? So yeah, I'm tired today. And my eyes were hurting yesterday because I spent so much time recording videos and then looking at the computer screen. So I need to get out into the open air today, look at the beach, go and do different things. Hey Yvonne, how are you? So I picked out a card for the day and we got Yang. So this is the masculine card, this is the giving card. And it means like making the first move, taking the initiative. It's very much the taking action. It's like the opposite to the receiving. It's opposite to the yin card. Let's have a look what Colette says about it. Yeah, I might go for a massage, Yvonne. And I lost a kilo of weight yesterday when I weighed in, so I need to, it's just impossible. It's impossible to stay the same weight when I'm exercising so much and eat completely clean. It's just impossible. I'm eating so much food, so I'm going to go eat some cheesecake today. We've got to junk it up to stay the same weight. That's weird. Okay, Yang. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You're the shaper of your destiny now. Yeah, taking action and taking the initiative too. It's like making the first move, taking the initiative, stepping out. It's like if you've been thinking about doing something new, do that. Do it yourself. You know, sometimes when you're thinking, why doesn't somebody do that? And we have this someone is they don't exist. It's like why don't they do that? You know, we see something wrong in the world and we think, why don't they do that? But who's they? Like who are these people that you're assigning should do that? Maybe it's you that should do that. If you've had that idea, then it's you take the initiative to do it. So taking the initiative, that's what I'm hearing. And in the daily read today is about not getting stressed out, releasing the guilt for having a good time, releasing the guilt for making the choices that you've made, and connecting in with your innocence as well, telling yourself things like, I've always done the best I can, I've always made the best decisions, I've been learning along the way, everything's okay with me, just if you've been feeling bad about yourself or you've been feeling guilt for things that have gone on, speaking to yourself kindly like that about your innocence so that you don't pick up guilt and shame and all those negative emotions. Let's go into the energies for today. Did you both check out your soulmate readings I put up yesterday? I've got a newfound respect for YouTubers now when I realize how much work it is. Really, 10 hours yesterday to do 12 20-minute videos. Of course, 20-minute videos, 12 of them it adds up, right? When you even with the recording of them adds up, but then the editing of them, the uploading of them, and then the whole putting it out there on the different social networks. It's a huge amount of work, but it's good. It's good fun. I like it. And I got I don't know, I think about 25 new subscribers. So thanks everyone for subscribing. Okay, deeper into the energies of today. Again, it's the release guilt card. So this was the energy of the day in the daily read, but we didn't have respect with it. Right? And so this is when you're moving into like more respect. So you're respecting yourself more, which means often having clear boundaries and like saying no to people, pushing people away, people that haven't respected you. Or say if you're respecting your time, right, you're going to say no to people that want to do things or want you to do things with them. It's like, no, I'm busy, or no, I need a break. You know, you're respecting yourself, and so you're making good decisions for yourself. Same with your money. If you're respecting your money and someone wants you, or someone makes you an offer, you know, to buy something from them, you're like, no, my priorities for my money are different at the moment. And so that can cause guilt when you do this, you know. You do. You can feel guilty when you start saying no, when you're putting those boundaries up. But it's part of this process of respecting yourself more. Is having those boundaries and being okay about those boundaries too. So yeah, don't take on the guilt. Don't take on the guilt. And don't let that stop you making boundaries too, the guilt. I was a bit scared of my coffee then. I thought it was going to be really hot. I need to go and do some shopping today as well. A little bit. Because my apple cider vinegar is running out. It'll be done tomorrow. And I need to go pay my rent. I've got so many things to do today. But I need to get outside more because I can feel my head from being inside all day yesterday. I did go to training yesterday. And when I got there, my eyes were hurting so much. My voice was hurting. You hear my voice is a bit crackly? This is from talking constantly all day, making videos. My voice just isn't used to talking all the time. I'm usually quiet and typing in my readings. So I've got to shut up today. Okay, more energies for today. Expansion and respect. See, respect again. So it's like we're respecting ourselves and respecting ourselves. That's the forerunner of being respected by others. We can't get respect from others before we respect ourselves. And so expanding that respect for ourselves, which is very much about boundaries, and it's about saying no, it's about making the best choices for yourself. Really respecting yourself is doing the best for you. Like imagine if you had a house guest, right? A really honored house guest, like not just like a member of your family or something, but like the Dalai Lama or like the king or something. Someone was going to come and stay at your house. Like imagine what you'd do for them, like how you would treat them. You'd get the best in, wouldn't you? You'd get the best food in. You'd probably buy new sheets for the bed or whatever. You would get the best for them. And that is respect, right? And so why aren't you doing that for yourself? Like the Queen staying at your place already because it's you. And so expanding the respect is like heading toward that, heading toward that level of respect. And so there's always further to go, because I don't know, I treat myself pretty well, but I don't treat myself like the Queen staying. It's funny because I changed my emoji this morning because when I went to use it, a customer had messaged me on WhatsApp about the soulmate reading that she'd watched. And I wanted to put the thumbs up emoji back to her because I didn't have time to respond in full, which I often do. I get emails from customers and I just don't have time to respond. I respond, of course, to the people that are purchasing readings, but I just don't have time to respond to a lot of feedback from the freebie stuff that I do. And so I just wanted to put my emoji up, but the Apple's obviously changed the emojis. There's a lot more available to it now, and so I needed to create a new one. So I put a crown on her. I don't know, I just felt like putting a crown on her this morning. So now my emoji's got a crown on. And it's funny because then this is what we've got. We've got the respect card out twice. And that's what it's about, really, is stepping into that queen energy and respecting yourself as you would a queen. Being that queen. And so the Yang card, bringing it back to this, taking the initiative, like taking the action. It's like it's not enough to just think of yourself as a queen. You've got to actually take the action too. You've got to take the initiative. You've got to do the things. You've got to raise your game, and this can be like upgrading things is a good way of doing it. Fixing things, there's stuff that we can do, like even cleaning up, even cleaning the place. You might not think that's a queen's job, but when you've done it, you know how good that feels. You feel like a queen that's looking after yourself, right? Fixing things. Like, have you got stuff around the house that needs fixing, that's making you feel crap because you're not doing it? You do stuff like that, you feel really good. Upgrading stuff, and so have you got stuff around you that doesn't make you feel like a queen? Maybe, maybe you've been thinking about getting some new, I don't know, like new sheets or something, or new underwear, or I don't know, looking around. But there's things that you can upgrade, and sometimes we don't realize that we're not respecting ourselves by staying at a certain level. Maybe we made a decision to get a certain thing that we get regularly when we didn't have so much money coming in or something, and then we just stick with that without even thinking about it. And now it's time to think, like, how can I take the initiative to treat myself better? We can think about those upgrades that we can make. And it's not always about money. It's not always about getting bigger or better. It's about what makes you feel better. And so that could be even like a downgrade. It could be simplifying something. Yeah, so expanding that self-respect, because it's the foundation of other people respecting you. Which one was it? It was in the Taurus soulmate reading. It was funny because when I was talking about the soulmate part of it, what was going on for them, it said that they were releasing guilt from feeling from their behavior, the previous behavior, and the previous behavior was about respect. So it was about them like demanding respect. Those people that go, do you know who I am? Right? And so that's someone that's not really respecting themselves. That's someone yelling for respect, right? Someone that's not doing the self-respect thing, but they're trying to get respect from others, trying to force respect from others. And so that was funny that came up there. So yeah, you've got to be respecting yourself first. You can't demand respect off others when you're not respecting yourself. And when you are respecting yourself, it naturally comes back. People just respect you. Respect you right back because you're holding that energy. It's like you can tell, when someone's really respecting themselves, you wouldn't even think of disrespecting them. Whereas it's very easy to disrespect someone that's disrespecting themselves. You feel it. You feel it in their energy. You don't have time for them. Everyone feels that. It's very hard to go against that. You might think, I'm more loving than that, and I'm going to do the opposite of it. But that's when you're not respecting yourself. When you do that, it's like if you're not picking up on people's energies and you're trying to compensate for them, you're trying to do it for them, kind of thing. That's ignoring your own self-respect too. Allow love. This was yesterday's daily. But yeah, this is allowing ourselves to do what we love, allowing ourselves to love who we love more. Maybe you're not showing the love that you have for people, and allowing people to love you too. Allowing more love in. It's nice. And of course that goes for ourselves too, allowing yourself to love yourself more. Actually taking action to love yourself more. Right, going for a massage, gonna have cheesecake. I don't know why cheesecake, but cheesecake is what? It's the only junk that I'm craving lately. Because 1 kilo is a lot to lose in a day, especially when it's not fluid. It's not fluid changes because I've been eating completely clean. So my weight usually stays spot on the same when I'm eating clean. Okay, my cards. I'm so sleepy today. I'm a bit slow paced. I got this yesterday. Believe in self and be firmer. Camera on this isn't very good, is it? Maybe because I've just been making so many videos on the iPhone, which has got a really good camera on my iPhone channel. Believe in myself and be firmer about it. Okay. I was expecting to wake up this morning and my subscriber numbers to be significantly bigger. That's going to happen one day. I can't wait for that day to happen. I remember one time I was focused on, this was years ago, but it was, I still had this business. I already had this business. And I was working a lot on it, like I'm working a lot on it now. And I had this vision of payments coming in. So when a payment comes in, when a customer orders something, my phone goes off. With my new system, it's really cool because when an order comes in, I've got an app for my system on my phone. So an order comes in and it pops up a notification. It goes ka-ching, is the noise. And then people have either paid by credit card or PayPal. And I used to just have PayPal, so even if it looked like you were paying just by credit card, it was actually PayPal that was processing that behind the scenes too. You can pay for that service from PayPal. And so at that time, it was just PayPal. So when PayPal notifications go off, it goes ga-ga-ding on my phone. So anyway, I had this vision that I was going to get payment after payment. So my phone going off like that, ga-ga-ding, 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 payment after payment. It's like I hadn't experienced that before, but I had this vision of it happening. And I can't remember what I'd released. Maybe a guided meditation or a book or something. I remember it wasn't something that was like a big price. It was something that was one of the smaller price stuff. It wasn't a reading. It was less than that, so it would have been a book or something like that. And one day I was in the kitchen, I was making something to eat, and it started. It was like, ga-ga-dang, ga-ga-dang, ga-ga-dang. I was like, cool. It was so cool that just to have that experience, have that vision beforehand. And so now the vision that I'm having is like waking up in the morning and the subscriber numbers significantly changing. Because of course, a lot of my customers are in America. And so their daytime is when we're sleeping here. Oh, this was yesterday's or the day before. These are like exactly the same cards as the other day. Forgive them, fear of lack. Right, this is about, I obviously still have it a little bit. When I'm putting things out, people are getting a lot of value from it, but then they don't order my readings. It used to really impact me. I used to really take that hard, like it was a personal assault. But yeah, I mean, I don't now. People who can do. But yeah, there's obviously some more I've got to let go of that around that. Forgive them and fear of lack. Hey Cassia, how are you? Where are you watching from, Cassia? Okay, let's do readings for you guys. You good? Who wants a reading? Just pop up a message. Adelaide. How's Adelaide at the moment? Haven't been in Australia for like almost 4 years now. I left. I haven't been back yet. Although I've never been to Adelaide. So hot. Nice. It's always hot here. It's always hot, and so it feels cold when it gets to like 26 degrees. It's about as cold as it gets. Because we're used to like 32, 33, 34 degrees. Okay, Cassian. Okay, so I'm not sure how you've been feeling about yourself, Cassia, but this is saying going well and go within. So this is like if you've been focused on what's been going wrong or focused on what you don't have, like focused on that lack aspect of it, what's lacking, it can like undermine your energy. It's not to say never do that. It's like you've got to look at the negative side of it. Like you'd never make changes for the better if you didn't look at the negative side of things. But it's like not to dwell on that, not to stay in that place all the time, to also go to the place of think what's going well in your life. It's constant. Well, yeah, this is why the cards have come out then. So yeah, you need to turn that around and you can have this practice of teaching yourself to dwell on the positives, right? And so if something good happens, if you have a win in some way and something good happens, even the little things, we can tend to just like let that go really easily. But then when something negative happens or something that you don't want happens, we don't let it go. We keep it in our heads and we dwell on it. Like we keep on going over and over it, right? And so, and that's because the subconscious mind, it has a negative bias. It's trying to protect us. That's what the subconscious mind is all about. So that's kind of the natural thing that our subconscious mind does. But we can use our conscious mind to teach ourselves something better. We can turn that around. We can teach ourselves to dwell on the positive things. And that means when something positive happens, we don't quickly let it go. We force ourselves to sit like for 5 minutes and dwell on it and think about it, just like you would something negative. You force yourself to like stop and take that time to dwell on it. I did this a few years ago. I think I did a YouTube video about it too, telling my customers about it. It was ages ago. And I started doing it myself because I realized I had the same thing. And so when anything happened, like, so say if an order comes in for me, I would just like, I'd try and celebrate it and I'd have maybe 1 second of celebration inside of me, but then that feeling would be gone. And then I'd go on to do that reading or whatever's come in really, really fast instead of really dwelling on it. And so I forced myself to stop. It's like, no, don't just go on to the next thing. Stop and like spend time really focusing on that good thing that just happened. Write down about it, that this good thing happened. So that's what you could do. You could have like a little notepad, and every good thing that happens, like take that time to write it down. Even the little things, it could be that like your coffee tastes good. When we train ourselves to focus on that positive. Because some people do it with gratitude practice, but I think that's not really dwelling on it. That can come and go too with gratitude. But if you're trying to dwell on the positive, a notebook would be a really good way of doing it, because then you're taking that extra time to write it down. But yeah, going within is the answer. It's going within. It's like thinking about it. It's dwelling on that energy of the stuff that's going well. And you can teach yourself to do it. I've got out of that practice. I should do that as well. It's so easy just to move on, isn't it, to the next thing. Okay. Cassian, I've got some more cards for you. You've got a decision to make. You haven't been facing it yet. I think you have kind of been facing it, but you're not ready to make that decision yet. Decide. Your higher self is saying decide, face it and decide. That you're putting it off, but I think really you know in your heart what your decision is. So don't fear consequences. Make that decision, face it and make that decision. Your higher self is saying that you've already faced it within you. You just need to take action on it, okay? That Yang card, take the initiative, take action. You've got to take action on it now, because you think you haven't faced it yet. You think you haven't made a decision, but you have inside. So now take the action on it. If you have made that decision, if you've made a decision inside, that means it's right for you. So don't fear consequences of it. Don't fear negative consequences of it. Of course, there might be negative consequences of it. But, when we say we've got to say something to someone, maybe we've got to tell someone our feelings or something, and we dread doing that because we're dreading like a negative consequence of it. But, the negative consequences of not doing it is that we're kind of, those emotions, we're keeping it inside. That stresses us out. It's actually causing a stressor. I saw this when I was doing neurotherapy, which is EEG biofeedback. I used to have a business in that years ago. And so people were hooked up to electrodes on the head. It was listening to the electrical activity going on in the head. And the equipment that I had would teach their brain to work better. So like meditation or like entrainment stuff that you get now. Say if someone had attention deficit disorder, I would train them to produce less theta and more low beta. So it's like, so that they can focus better, and so that the brain's not asleep, which is generally what they've got going on in the brain. The brain's nearly asleep, so they have to be hyperactive. They need to have high stimulus to even stay awake. But when I was doing that work, I would notice, right? So I'm looking at the therapist screen, so I can see all the EEG that's going on, all the different ranges that they've got in real time. They're sat in front of a computer playing this game, while the brain's playing the game. And sometimes I would see like this person is really stressed out. I could see it on my screen, and then I'm looking at them, and they seem calm as they're just sat there looking at it. I look at my screen thinking there's something wrong, with my equipment or something. Because my screen's showing they've got a lot of high beta going on, it's like they're really stressed out. Like, what the hell? And they're sat there like calm as. And then, right, they'll say something like, oh, I need the bathroom, right? And as soon as they say that, everything drops down, the brain goes into a calm state. It's like, I knew when they needed the bathroom. I can see it on my screen, but they didn't say it, right? And they were almost in a panic state. If I'd have just looked at that and someone had said to me, given me that reading of the EEG and said, what state is this person in? I would say like panic, like extremely stressed out panic state. And so that's what we're doing to ourselves when we don't take action, when we've made a decision inside of ourselves and we haven't spoken out about it or taken action on it. We're stressing ourselves out. Like, you wouldn't believe the amount of stress just from something so small like that, needing the bathroom and not going for it and not saying. Yeah. So yeah, don't keep things in. Don't not say things. Like, it's really good to be like a child in that way and do what you need to do and say what you need to say in the moment, because you're doing, like, stress is causing huge effects on your body, on your mind and your body and your health. Huge effects. And if you think something as small as needing the bathroom and not saying, of course, because she's hooked up with electrodes and everything, and so it's not a big deal. I just unplug them from the thing, hang them over her shoulder or whatever. She can go to the bathroom, come back, and I plug them back in. It's not a huge deal, but she wasn't saying that. So if something as little as that stresses our brains out so much, imagine all the cortisol and everything, all the hormones that are secreted in our bodies, instead of like dopamine and all the nice ones, And imagine all the harm that that's doing to ourselves in our bodies. And then think about like the bigger things. So if there's a bigger decision that you've got to make, so if you're thinking like you're breaking up with someone, but you don't for like a year. 2 years it took me. 2 years it took me in my marriage to break up. So I had 2 years of all of that stress. Imagine if that stressed out just from not saying I want to go to the bathroom. And the amount of stress that's in you for 2 years of not breaking up with someone. Craziness. Yeah, 2 years seems to be the time. And 2 years for me was like, it's like when I realized that a short-term relationship isn't a long-term relationship. 2 years is like my limit for a relationship that I'm in. I think, I was thinking at the start it's going to be long-term, and then I'm like, no, actually it's not. 2 years is the cutoff for me. Seems to be something about 2 years. So yeah, Cassie, you've made that decision inside. You just need to take action on it, and so please do it, because it's causing you stress. And the daily read, if you haven't watched that already, watch it after this. It's all about that. It's all about getting rid of the stress and the guilt and stuff. Anyone else want to read it? Is anyone else there? Are you still there, Yvonne? Who's watching? Say hello. Don't forget to click like on this video as well. It makes a big difference. Shows people this video. It shows people my videos. YouTube favors me if I get more likes. Thank you. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already as well. Today, I'm putting all of my videos into playlists, so that's going to take me a long time. I've already started doing it. So there's playlists for each star sign, so it's going to be like Taurus readings, and then all the daily readings are going into a playlist, and all of the weekly readings are going into a playlist. And so I'm sorting it all out, because a customer said that to me, that they spend a lot of time on my YouTube channel, and because I'm producing so many videos now that it's taking a long time to search for stuff. So now's a good time to do it, because I've got a lot of videos on there now, and it's going to take me a while to catch up and sort it all out, but now's the time to do it and not wait until I've produced however many more. You still here? Do you want to read it, Yvonne? Thanks for your likes. And so yeah, the lives are going to go in, the psychic cafes are going to go into a playlist as well. Do you want a reading, Yvonne? I need a massage. Oh, I'm going for a massage today. Hello, Chad, how are you? Where are you watching from, Chad? You're all different colours. Cassie is orange, Yvonne is green, and Chad's red. And you probably see the same thing as well. Oh, is that spooky? Does it go like one of those mirrors where you see like back and forth? I can't hold it up because it's a bit of a delay. You might have noticed there's a bit of a delay with these lives. Remember when TV used to do lives? Remember when, like, and that was like a massive thing, like when years ago when TV could actually put something out live. It's not a big thing anymore. Anyone can do it now. But they used to have a delay on it to be able to cut swear words out. And they used to use it to like skip ahead if anyone swore. Weird. Yvonne. Work, prepare. Yvonne, get ready for high season. Get ready for high season. Make the most of this time off. If are you back working again, Yvonne, or is it picked up at all? But yeah, make the most of this time that you've got. Like, really do this stuff, because you know what it's like. You're hot. Thank you. I don't know whether you are. I can't see you. You're just a red blob. Just a red blob to me, Chad. Fine. What you resist persists. Be vulnerable. So what are you resisting taking action on? taking action, taking the initiative. What are you not? What's been stressing you out? What decision have you made inside that you're not taking action on because you feel vulnerable, resisting? Don't need to tell us, but you know. So don't resist taking action just because something's making you feel vulnerable. As I said, it's like going to the bathroom thing, you know. If you need the toilet, say about it, even if it makes you feel vulnerable. Especially around telling people your feelings, you know. If you've got to tell someone how you feel, that can make you feel vulnerable. Coffee. Who else wants a reading? Chad, do you want a reading? Just pop up a message saying, I want a reading. Or have you got a question? Tell the cam. Tell the cam what? And is anyone else there? Is anyone else watching, lurking? If you want a reading, say now. Because otherwise, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to go and get cheesecake and coffee and go for a massage. I'm not going to go and do that playlist straight away. I might do a couple more videos, but then I need to get outside because I can feel the stress of all the work I did yesterday. I need to see the outside world, which is sunny today. There's my boxing gear, trying from yesterday's training. Dion, you're lurking. I knew there was someone lurking. Do you want a reading, Dion? Oh, I'm all dark now. But yeah, I need to look outside. I need to see long distance. I need to see the beach. I need to get outside. Do you want a reading, Dion? Dion, I remember I've done readings for you, haven't I? Like proper readings, proper big readings. I love my hair. It's tied up because I washed it last night after training. Chad's being a bit creepy, everybody. Dion, reading? Yeah, so Ivana had 5 days off training and went back, not yesterday, the day before, so 2 days. And I'm feeling it. It's good. It's good to get going again, but I'm feeling it. All good, another time maybe. I'm ready to go, Dion. You're right. Yeah, I should listen to that. Otherwise I'm stressing myself out inside, aren't I? I should take my own advice. Okay, thank you everyone for coming along. Thanks for clicking like. Thanks for subscribing to my channel as well. I do this every day almost, unless I've got Skype and breakthrough customers or fat loss customer coaching going on. I do this each day because it's fun and I get to connect in with you. I'm 48, Chad. Don't look it, do I? I look after myself very well. Yeah, so thanks for coming along. Check out my other videos, especially like the soulmate videos that I just uploaded and the dailies and all of that. And I'll see you tomorrow if you want to come along tomorrow. Bye.